At this point, I'm sure most of you have already seen the story of the royal siblings. But what if I told you they aren't who you think they are? My name is Primo Pop, and welcome back to my Genshin Theories. This tale tells of two siblings, a prince and a crown princess. The crown princess was sent off on a mission to retrieve the Genesis Pearl from the Kingdom of Darkness. But unfortunately, she lost her memory of who she previously was, and became the Queen of the Kingdom of Darkness. Thereafter, the prince was sent off to complete the mission to retrieve the Genesis Pearl. This may sound like the story that we're playing through, the story of Lumine and Aether, but there are subtle differences that lead me to believe that that's not the case. The first thing that stood out to me was that Venti said that the kingdom was established in the heavens, maybe near but separate from Celestia. He did not say that the travelers were from a different world. Now, I can give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he doesn't know where Lumine and Aether come from. But come on, Venti's not stupid. I'm sure he's figured out that they're not from this world. Hence why they say travelers and not adventurers or something like that. The second thing that I thought was strange was that he mentioned that the princess set off separately from her sibling. Which is weird because we specifically saw them at the beginning of the game traveling together. Another thing is that other than this story, there's no mention of this elusive Genesis Pearl anywhere. There was also no mention of Lumine or Aether looking for a Genesis Pearl either. Weird, huh? And the last thing is that there's a crown princess, which means that the princess is older than her brother, while Lumine and Aether are a twin. Just a small detail, but it was worth mentioning. So if these siblings aren't Lumine and Aether, then who are they? I have a theory that the prince that the story mentions is actually Ainsley, and the princess is none other than the unknown god we encountered at the beginning of the game. Here is how I think that this story is supposed to go. Or at least, the story with the characters I propose. Long ago, the unknown god was sent on a mission to retrieve the Genesis Pearl from the Kingdom of Darkness. And maybe on her journey, or when she came in contact with the Genesis Pearl, she was corrupted by its power, which I think was emphasized by the snake, its red eyes, and the venom dripping on the pearl. After not hearing from her in many years, Ainsley, now the crowned prince, was sent off to complete the journey. Some of the reasons that made me believe that Ainsleaf and the unknown god are related somehow is 1. The cape-like thing that they wear that has the star cluster design on the underside of it, and 2. The symbols that can be found on their person. Both of them have what seems to be the shape of a primogem as the design of their eyes, or something close to it, and Ainsleaf has those same symbols on the back of his clothes and at the edge of his cape. The unknown god has it as a design in her attacks, and it's also the shape of the portal that she came through. Now, I know we usually associate that shape with Paimon, but I don't think that's the only thing. It might be just there to mislead us away from the real truth. The place that I think that it's supposed to be mainly associated with is this kingdom. This shape that we see right here and on this crown is the same shape that we see on all three of them, the primogem symbol. What if this symbol is actually this kingdom's special symbol because it is on the crown? And we see those shapes flying around the kingdom. That symbol may represent that kingdom, and the people from that kingdom may bear a mark on some place that represents that they are from that kingdom. With that in mind, we can assume that all of them are from the same place, but maybe not from the same time. Just a disclaimer before we continue with the rest of the theory, but not all the pieces fit in as well as I thought it would. But some of it still makes sense, so I'm still gonna pitch my theory. At this point, most of the community assumes that Paimon is the younger version to the god that stopped Lumine and Aether from going home. I mean, they have the same hair color, similar style of clothing, the same cape, well, at least the same style of cape. Oh, by the way, if you want a more in-depth theory about how Paimon may be the unknown god's younger version, there's a link in the description to Tevat Historia's video, which I definitely recommend checking out after this video. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, right. So if we are to assume that Paimon is the unknown god, that means the unknown god must have sent us many, many years into the past. That means the unknown god is in our current present. But I think Dainsleif is actually from even further into the future. Let's go back to the story where Venti says right here that a second crown heir was sent to complete the quest. Now, to my basic knowledge of the hierarchy, I know there can't be two crown heirs at once. But if I'm wrong, definitely let me know down in the comment section. And make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Here is where I go based off assumptions. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm assuming that these people have very long lifespans. And if so, at least some time must have passed, and I think that the tree that we see grown here is supposed to emphasize the passage of time, because I'm sure we all know that it takes very long for a tree to grow to that size. And the prince is standing near the tree in the same dandelion field as his sister. Dainsleif being from farther into the future may not be as far-fetched as you think. It explains why he has so much knowledge. For example, the trade that happened between Morax and Senora for his Gnosis. He knew about the trade and what Morax was trading, but not what Morax was trading for. Or he just didn't want to let us know because of what time period we were in. My point is here that those things could have been publicized further into the future, and that's why he knows about that situation. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for me for this video. I'll definitely have more theories coming out in the future, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Make sure to leave the video a like and subscribe to the channel. And leave a comment telling me what you thought about the theory. You can also leave me a comment telling me about your theories on the matter. I'm interested to see what you come up with. Anyways, my name is Primo Pop, and this has been my Genshin Theory.